Rights Bahamas has some choice words to describe Immigration Minister Brent Simonet, and heartless, inhumane, and absolutely reprehensible apparently does the trick. The organization's Vice President Joseph Darville feels that's the case following plans to secure the country's borders in the event there's an influx of Haitian nationals leaving their homeland following Saturday's deadly earthquake. Mr. Darville says the minister's comments pained him to the soul. Meantime, Rights Bahamas president slammed the Prime Minister for what she says is heartless discrimination, encouraging fear and ethnic hatred. This stemming from Dr. Minister's recent comments that escaped criminals from Haiti may be on their way to the Bahamas. In fact, Ms. Sinclair says she's disappointed in the Prime Minister, for whom she campaigned for in 2016. From what has happened over the last few days, the release read, "We can now see how far the FNM has fallen from that lofty standard of years gone by." The Ministry of Foreign Affairs keeping a keen eye on the projected path of Michael, the extremely dangerous category 4 hurricane. The ministry in a release said it is in contact with the Bahamas consulates in both Atlanta and Miami regarding the safety of Bahamians. In the meantime, Bahamians were advised to follow all instructions and advisories issued by federal, state, and local officials and to comply with orders for mandatory evacuation. Hurricane Michael was bringing with it life-threatening storm surges, heavy rainfall, imminent and hurricane-force winds, with every expectation that it is the largest storm to hit the region in 100 years. Earlier today, Florida Governor Rick Scott warned citizens of unimaginable devastation. Meantime, Labor Minister Dion Folks is hoping an upcoming meeting with the Consultant Physician Staff Association does the trick in averting strike action. This once the official results of the CPSA strike poll are in. Unofficially, 96% of senior doctors opt to follow through the industrial action in the fact of long-standing grievances. The group has decided to hold off on the strike following the outcome of a few more meetings. The latest was on Tuesday. At the table were the CPSA, labor officials, reps from the Public Hospitals Authority, and Attorney General's office. But according to CPSA President Dr. Loxley Munro, the meeting was not very definitive. Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands maintains, though, that while he understands the CPSA's plight, solving this issue is just not as straightforward as it seems.
Bear in mind that there are precedents that get set. And so as you make financial adjustments to the compensation package for physicians, does that now open the floodgates for nurses to demand a similar increase in compensation? And other line staff within hospital, the radiographers, the ultrasonographers, and the EMS personnel, and then the teachers and the firemen, and the defense force officers and the prison officers. So this is not an isolated issue, and it has to be dealt with holistically.
The CPSA meets with the PHA on Thursday, October 18th. Mental health is a serious problem spanning all ages all over the world, and there are staggering figures to support this. It's said that 1 in every 4 people are affected by mental disorders at some point, and the numbers continue to grow, leaving health systems across the globe struggling to respond. This then why Minister Sands today stressed the importance of raising the issue of mental health in conversations. An essential element of this public drive, he said, is the need to address the twin issue of stigma and discrimination.
Far too many people affected by emotional, mental, or substance abuse disorders are overlooked because there are no obvious signs of their distress. These persons too require access to appropriate care by mental health service providers. Now, you've heard these numbers before, but let me restate them. According to the World Health Organization, 14% of the global burden of disease is attributed to mental, neurological, and substance use disorders. Despite this, most of the people affected by mental, neurological, and substance use disorders, many of them, 75% in low-income countries, do not have access to the treatment that they need.
Equally frightening is that around 20% of the world's children and adolescents have mental problems.
Half of mental disorders begin before the age of 14. Let me put this down because I think this is. And indeed, researchers have noted similar types of disorders are being reported across cultures and across languages. Neuropsychiatric disorders are among the leading causes of worldwide disability in young people. And this is why the World Federation for Mental Health is focusing the 2018 World Mental Health Day campaign as Young People and Mental Health in a Changing World.
Experts say what's even more sobering is the fact that mental illness greatly increases the risk of contracting other serious medical conditions like HIV and non-communicable diseases, or NCDs. Dr. Sands was addressing the opening of a one-day World Mental Health Day symposium, during which stories, ideas, and programs will be shared to help the next generation. This, as much of what's discussed, focuses on those 14 to 28 years.
I personally believe that this is a dynamic group because they have the reach to impact their peers and the capacity to carry the message forward to those ahead of them in life. So if they are armed properly with the tools to battle discrimination and stigma, they may very well be those who are on the front line in the years to come.
Meantime, youth organizations were encouraged to step up and build linkages and partnerships with Sandilands to more effectively educate young people on mental health, substance abuse, and disability. You're watching JCM News.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.